fire station in Trinidad and Tobago, and there will be a series of videos that will show from modeling to final completion, which will be documentation and presentation. So it also consists of architectural and structural drawings. So first we would like to, this is the interface when you open up Revit 2016. These are recent projects that I've been working on. These are recent families that I've been working on. At the side here under projects, you have open, which obviously opens a file, new, which is a new project, and then you have certain templates. These could be changed on this in the settings, but we will not go under that. We will not go through that. So I would like you to press new. Browse. Now if you have installed Revit correctly, you should have all the templates that you want installed. Now I install Canada, US and UK templates. So I have my US metric. If you don't know where it is, if you press the down arrow here, it's in the C drive under program data, Autodesk Revit 2016 templates US metric. Select the default metric, select OK, and it should open up. Okay, so this is the general interface. On top of here, you have the architect toolbar, you have the structure toolbar, and then you have different panels. So under the build panel, you have different sub tools where we could either add a wall or door. And in structure, we could add beams, columns. Here is the properties palette, and on this side is the project browser, where you'll be able to browse through your families, your plans, different views, sheets, stuff like that. And this is your drawing workspace. Here is your where you could change your scale, you could change your detail level, you could change your visual style, add shading, hide, temporarily hide certain items, permanently hide, not permanently, but hide certain items, add a crop region. At the bottom here, you have some additional tools where it gives you where you have selection options. And as we do the project, we will go through that. So one of the first things we need to do is to create a level and adjust our floor to ceiling height, which is 4.3 meters high. So go into the south elevation, and these are your level data markers. Change level 2 by selecting it, and then selecting the number, and it's 4300. Enter. Now your units are in millimeters, but if you wanted to put in 4.3 meters, for example, if I need to change this to 4 meters, I get to simply type 4M, and it will change to 4 meters. So we'll change that back to 4.3 meters. Enter. We need to add another level above level 2, which will be 4.3 meters again. So there are a few ways you could do it. In the architectural structure toolbar, in the datum section, you have level. Selecting that. In your draw panel, you can either slowly go up, and you see it gives you a guide. So you see I reach 4300. I can just select here, drags until it snap. I'll undo that, or I can use the pick line and offset it 4.3 meters, and simply highlight level 2 and it will show where level 3 will be. But before we do that method, another method we could do is select the grid, and here in the create tab you could see this icon means create similar, or you could right click and go to create similar, and the draw option comes up again where we select the pick tool, 4.3 meters, and you have it there. If you go below it, below the grid line, it will drop a level right on top of level 1, but we want it above, so just slightly position your cursor above level 2. But before we do that, on this will be the roof level. I do not want to have a roof level ceiling plan. So here by plan view types, select it, and the only plan views I want is structure plan and floor plan. Press OK. So pay attention to the project browser after you click. Click once, modify. So you see in the floor plans you have a level 3, and in structure plans you have a level 3. Now by right you're supposed to have a level 1 and 2 structural plans. To create that, what we would do, we go to view, and plan views, under create, go to structural plan and select level 1, and by holding control level 2, and you can leave this as selected, select OK, and then you'll see structural plans level 1, level 2, level 3 is now available. As you can see, level 2 is bold and the rest is not. I think that is proper. Which means that currently level 2 is the drawing plane that you will be drawing on. Another way is that if you come in the properties, you'll see structural plan level 2, that gives you an indication of what level you are drawing on. Right now we want to be on the site level on the floor plans. So just select floor plan site and just double click. This here is a survey and a project point, but we are ignoring that for now. Now we have a JPEG of the site. So what we do, we go into insert, image, and we are going to go wherever you have the image file. I have mine saved under, just to make sure that I have the correct, the map, open, place it anywhere here, deselect, now we have just imported the image, and the image is not drawn to scale. Well, sorry, is not to scale. If you zoom in, you see that it says that it's 1 in 1500. And if I look in here, we are very fortunate to have markers. Now, from here to here is 90. The difference is 90 here, and it will be 90 meters. Okay, so what we do is we go into annotate, detail line, and this drop down select lines. The reason why I select lines because when this is drawn, it's drawn as a green line. And zoom as close as possible to the 667580 mark and click anywhere there. Before I did this, I should have deselected chain. You can deselect it now. Right click, cancel. You're still in the draw command for the lines. To draw another line, now we're going to draw another line that is 90 meters along that direction. So when we move our cursor here, it will snap to the endpoint. Click once and drag horizontally to your right and just type 90m, enter. So actually 90 meters is that long. So now select modify to come out of the command. Select the picture or the raster image. Go to this icon under the modified called scale and select the endpoint and select the next endpoint and then the last endpoint will be here. The image will get bigger. Now you can delete, just carefully hover until this is lines, detail lines, select it and this button here delete it, or you could type, you could press the delete keyboard, this one as well, X. Now just to confirm something, if you come here, now yours, this Q80, which is the quick access toolbar, might be to the top. So just to make sure everything looks the same way as yours, I'll say show above ribbon and it's above it. So select this icon, which is measure between two references, and it wouldn't be accurate because you're clicking on image, and see how close you will get to 90 meters or 90,000. And the value is 88973, close enough. Right? So this is the site image. Now, this is the proposed area where we want to put the fire station. And you see we have roads. So, what I'm going to do, I don't want to make a mistake of moving this image from this location. Actually, I could. So what I'll do is I'll drag the image. Now, if I move it out of the way, this is actually the center point of the center data point. So what I could do is just drag it, the image, somewhere this boundary line. It don't have to be exact. It will be somewhere in the middle there. And select the image again, and in the modified, this item here, pin, locks it. So you can't move it even if you try to. Okay? So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to map out the roads with a model line. So you go to architecture, model line, and we're going to pretend that it's straight. I'm not trying to get it totally exact, and that's not the point of this exercise. So with the line tool, and lines is selected, you draw one straight line or semi-straight line in this direction. I'm going to draw around here, on here. Maybe for this one I'll draw a curved road. I'll draw one straight line here. One straight line here. Actually, escape. By choosing these spline tool, Select anywhere around here. And try and trace the road. Select modify. And I'm just gonna drag this to this point. I'm gonna create another line, sort of like an arc, something like that, to just join the two lines. I'll do the same thing here. Create similar. This point, at this point. Oops, I use a straight line. Go undo. Repeat the process, but using the start end radius arc. Gives it a little curve. Let's draw a road here, so using the spline tool again. Just try and follow. You don't have to be super accurate. I click cancel. Now, the distance of this road, if you use the same tool, the measure that we used earlier, it's about 12 meters wide here, and select it again. It's about 3.5 meters here. On this side, we use the same offset. About 10 meters. So we'll assume 10 meters. So what I want to do, select the image, go to this temporary hide isolate, and just hide the element. Okay? So all that remains is the lines that you just created. Now select one of the lines, and this offset button, change this to 10 meters, and we offset this 10 meters, and we change it to 3.5 meters, and we offset this one, let's make it 4. You don't have to be accurate, as I said. On this side we'll do the same, 10 meters, same 10 meters here and here, and go back to architecture, model line, and we just close off this, and we will put actually select this arc, offset it, select modify, create similar. What we could do, we could fillet it. So choose the fillet arc, and this select these two. Actually, no. Okay, what we did is that we select one of the lines, create similar, and using the tangent and arc, select the endpoint of this line, select the endpoint of this line. It's gonna look a little off, so let's use something else. You don't have to be super accurate. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just bring this back to the endpoint here. It looks a little weird, but I'm going to leave it as it's. Just going to close off here. Put a line. Close off here with a line. What I want to do is I want to split this here. So in the modify tool, this item, that's split element, select it, split it right here. What this does is creates two separate lines. So when I have to trim and extend this corner, okay, that's this tool here. Select this, then this, select this, and what we could do, select this, create similar, put a little looks a little bit natural. Oh, we need to put a curve there. So that's fine. Modify. And that's what the road would look like. Go back to the glasses, reset temporary, high isolate. So that is as good as you do. So you just map out this area here. So now what we're going to do, we're going to create the topography. So to create the topography, go in masking and site, where it says topo surface, place a point somewhere around here. You don't have to be accurate. Place a point somewhere here, around here, around here. So this is the surface. If you select it, you can apply a material to it, but we won't do that now. One thing we could do is that we could see that this is the existing topography. So now we're going to create a sub-region called a road inside of here, and that's the reason why we mapped out the road. So in the masking and site tool, go to sub-region, use the pick tool line, actually X out. Go to split surface, select the topo that you just created, use the pick line, select, press tab once, I'll do that again, select one line without pressing anything, tab, press the tab button once and then click. Now I want this to be represented as a road, so what I'm going to do is in the material, click on the button, the material browser comes up. Now we want to make this asphalt. So just type asphalt in the search, and you see you have asphalt bitumen, and then you have asphalt pavement. Now this is not in the project, but we could place it in the project. So select asphalt pavement, and this up arrow, click it once. In here, where it says shading under graphics tab, say use retina appearance. Press OK. Finish edit mode, yes. The split boundary must divide the surface into separate pieces. There may be a gap in splitting lines or sketch. Okay, cancel. What happened is this must be a part of this. So what we will do, all we will do, oops, I will undo that. Escape, make sure nothing is selected. Select that line, just drag it somewhere around here. What happened is that the error means that this road must be within this closed topo and not outside, because we are splitting this topography. So the split topography needs to be inside of the original topo that we had created. So say the split boundary must divide the surface into a separate piece. There may be a gap in the splitting lines, or the sketch may be incomplete. Let's see what's going on. Right, there's a gap. So you could join it there. Let's make sure that there's no other gaps. I think we should be okay by now. Right, now I want to delete the model lines that we created earlier. So select the raster image and hide it. Select the topography, hide the element. Select the other topography which represents the street and hide it. I'm going to show you a selection method where you just drag a window, selecting everything. Go to the filter button here or here, because you have selected more than one category. As it says here, multiple categories selected. Select the filter button, check none. All we want to delete are the lines. So just have lines selected, and it's only the line selected. So when you look here, you only see 20 lines selected, and it's not multiple categories. You could just delete it. Come back at the glasses, reset temporary, hide, isolate. I wouldn't save it yet. So this is the site. What we're going to do for the next video, we're going to create some of the buildings around. Just to indicate that there are buildings around and everything. Alright, so, and that'll be for the next video. Just to give you an idea what you're looking at, in the quick access toolbar, select the 3D button, default 3D view. At the bottom here, where visual style, change it to shaded. Change this material here. Let's go through that step. Select the big topography, and in the material under the properties browser, you're searching for site. Now this is hardcore, we're looking for grass. So just search for grass, and you see they have grass here. Place it in the project, use render appearance. For shading, press OK. This is 3D. Oh, the reason why this is grayed out because in the face filter this is existed. We will leave it as new construction, and the street we'll put it as new construction. So that is it. So this is basically the site. Now this is assuming that the site is flat, right? Later on in the exercise, if we need to add a grade, which is not really necessary, we will add a grade. But for now, we are assuming that the site is flat. So we're going to save it. So come to the save icon. I already have a folder called Samantha, and I'm going to call it site concept underscore begin. Options. Why? Now Revit makes a backup file, so during the course of modeling, it will in the background create backup files. You don't want 20 backup files, so I usually just put it as one. Just make one backup file. So if I make a mistake or a file is damaged, I can always go back and redo and recover a file. Not dissimilar to what Word and Excel and other programs do. So okay, save it.